It's fascinating to watch the drama of Tesla investors on Twitter. I think, like, in my opinion, in my suggestion regarding Tesla, you have one of two choices. You can get into Tesla as a long hold, knowing they're still a hugely profitable company. They still have a massive cash flow. Their CEO is making headway in America more than any other leader currently, and stay in long and not be emotionally affected by the ups and downs. Or you can day trade, which means you intend to get in and get out the same day, knowing the risk of what's going on with that stock because of Elon Musk. I mean, even the Wall Street Journal was writing today that they couldn't that. Well, Elon told his employees to not pay vendors. They made him out to look like a criminal. He told his employees to not pay vendors. He said he wasn't quite sure he was going to be paying severance. We all know why, right? Think like a business owner. The Wall Street Journal is writing to the average person that they can provoke to hate him. If he literally bought a crime scene. He has literally, this is not a political Republican Democrat war. He has found evidence, 110 million pieces of child porn alone. Then you've got everything that happened with deplatforming Trump and 95% of the Twitter employees putting money towards the Democrats. Then you have some of FTX going on Twitter. Then you have that he has a crime scene. He literally has purchased, for example, let's say I bought a $44 billion building. Okay. And let's say I bought a $44 billion house. Some of you will understand if I chew it down to here. And maybe I'll use this as an example. And then I had a typical regular inspection and I was like, some of this, I need to double check. And the owner and I went back and forth and they kept denying it and all this other kind of stuff. And I took a risk because it was a price that I was willing to take. And then I found out that the land that I had bought for $44 billion in a mansion used to be a burial ground for human trafficking. Then I discovered that where the purchase of the building I bought was actually used for underground cartel activity that the government had been refusing didn't exist for years. This is not like buying a piece of property that there's a lien on the taxes. This means I have purchased a $44 billion home and a piece of land that there are criminal ramifications now that I am the owner and the previous owner sold it to me without disclosing. I would not pay one more tax bill. I wouldn't pay one more mortgage bill. I would shut off everything other than the electricity and the water that I need on that piece of property. I wouldn't pay another thing. I wouldn't pay my homeowners. I wouldn't pay shit till I went to court. That's why he's not paying people. It wasn't a joke that he said, I purchased a crime scene. There's about 5 things that are crazy. And the other thing you have to understand, he hasn't even disclosed how Twitter was used to suppress real information, to market false information as real, and to completely gaslight people during the pandemic. Which is a very important thing because Bill Gates just had a huge global meeting with Johns Hopkins and world leaders called the Catastrophic Contagion. This is not a joke any more than it was a joke when he had that meeting before the last pandemic. So if you're going to invest in Tesla and get in and get out, I feel like saying this on Twitter, and your emotions need to become irrelevant. Quite frankly, if you can't day trade without your emotions becoming irrelevant, by the way, let me tell you this. I threw $5 million at Tesla yesterday.